Just about everybody knows what feedback is. We've all heard it. As a sound engineer, we do our best to avoid it, but depending on the room, depending on the skill, depending on what the speaker does with the microphone, it's difficult sometimes. And that's why just about everybody has heard that shrill, high-pitched whining that is feedback, which is basically, in very simple terms, when a microphone picks up what's coming out of a speaker, amplifies it, and sends it back to the speaker, and then that just starts to loop. Okay, gets out of hand really quick, gets really loud. DMLs from Tectonics have a really interesting characteristic in that they're very difficult to make feedback. For many of the same reasons that are way beyond the technical level of what we want to talk about in these videos, DMLs don't create sound waves the same way that traditional cone loudspeakers do. And because of that, they don't create these very, very defined waves. Tectonics will say the sound waves that are created by a DML are much more diffuse. Because of that, they don't correlate. That's the word they use. They don't interact at the microphone in such a way that can cause them to feed back. And so you can actually see videos of people with a microphone and their head right to the side of a DML loudspeaker talking into it very loudly, and it doesn't feed back. It's pretty impressive. We would never simulate that type of that situation would never happen in a church, but if that just means it's that much better. If you imagine, if right now, if your sound system, if you have to give your pastor a zone on the center of the stage where he or she can't go beyond the left or the right beyond that point, or they risk feedback, the days of that are gone. The other thing that's really interesting about that is if you weren't part of the committee that designed your stage and sound was an afterthought, you might actually find a situation where you've got to place loudspeakers behind a band, which is the worst situation for a traditional loudspeaker because the microphones are pointing directly at the loudspeaker. With a Tectonic, maybe it's not the most ideal place to place a loudspeaker, but it's doable because of the feedback resistance. So again, it just gives us more options. It's a great thing. Hello friends, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. I had a really great time researching and putting them together. I believe it's super important to get this technology information out into the hands of those of us who use technology in churches. It's a real game changer. Please feel free to share this with your friends. Also, if you click on the YouTube link on the video frame, go right to YouTube and place comments and like the video on YouTube. I'd sure appreciate it, and it would help us get the message out. Thanks, and have a great day.